See him a beast when you hear that sound like yeah, beat on the beat when you hear that sound like woo. Yeah, bitch and the champ only need one round like ha. Yeah, me, I'm a G-Ring, he in the sound like
Mike Owens here. Today I'm joined by Simeon Powell, who on the 25th of March headlines PFL's inaugural European League season. Simeon, great to sit down and chat. How are things with you today?
Thank you for having me, man. All good.
Perfect. Look, it was a bit of a shock when PFL Europe was announced, certainly from the media's end. I presume you heard of it before us, but what were your first thoughts when you heard of the European League was coming into action?
No, I thought it was a great idea. Especially now it's like MMA is hot right now, definitely in Europe and UK. So I think it was the perfect time to announce something like that. For myself, I didn't know what their plans were for me, but then obviously when things started to build, then I can understand. It's a great move for myself as well.
What do you make of the opponent, Mohamed Amine? Have you seen anything of him at all?
Yeah, no, I think he's a solid striker, solid kickboxer. So yeah, it's gonna be a great fight. Yeah, I expect he's gonna bring some things I need to definitely address in the striking department. But I'm so confident for this fight, man. Trust me, I'm so confident. So yeah, I can't wait.
I believe, if memory serves, there was a media day a couple of weeks ago when you actually had a face-off with your opponent.
Yeah.
Was anything you gauged from that at all?
No, I just that he's cheeky. He thinks he's in my head and like he's trying to say things like, you're not that big," and you know what I mean, stuff like that. So you know what I mean. Like I don't give a shit. So I'm just gonna do me, keep being me, and that's it.
What's the focus been for camp? What has been the key things you've been working on?
There's so many.
Too many to name.
Too many. Yeah, I don't want to give out the gems. Just know that I think people will be. I don't know. They'll be shocked at where the fight will go. That's all I want to like. That's all I can say. To be fair, like they'll be shocked, but I think you're gonna be interested. It's gonna excite people because it's like, wow, look at how much he's evolved, sort of thing. So it's gonna be people are gonna be shocked, and I think it'll work in my favor.
So that says to me that you're going to come out in a full gi, Hoist Gracie style, and start pulling guards. I mean, what's? Come on, you've got to give me more than that. What are we talking about?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, we'll have some fun on the feet, and most definitely it's MMA. So the game, you know what I mean? From that, you can take what you want.
Perfect. I want to talk as well about your teammate, Dom Wooden. There's been a lot of links between Dom, obviously signing with the PFL, and the complications between his previous Cage Warriors deal. How excited are you to see your teammate in action on the same league as yourself?
Dom's a sick fighter. Like he's exciting, sharpshooter, man, and he's gonna produce a lot of great fights for PFL. And I see no better home. Like he's also getting the coin, so like he's getting more coin than he was in Cage Warriors. So it's perfect for him, and it's good to see that he can now start possibly changing his life. Do you know what I mean? So, and he deserves that. He's been in the game for a while, so it was good to see him.
When we talk about the coin, because it's got to be mentioned at the end of this tournament, there's a man or a woman with $100,000 richer. Let's be honest, that's a lot of money, given where you're at in your career at only 7-0. If you win the tournament, obviously 10-0. I just want you to talk about the opportunity that PFL are giving you to put that type of money in your bank account.
Yeah, like it's mad, isn't it? Like unheard of. What this will be. So, if we're talking from where I had my pro debut to the final, it'll be like 2.5 years. Like I think that's unheard of. Like to make that sort of money, and headline shows. You know what I mean? Yeah. People ain't doing this. And at 24, do you know what I mean? So it's like there's a lot of pressure on me, and I'm just embracing it all. Do you know what I mean? So Yeah.
What do you think about the main event slot? I mean, when the league was announced, it wasn't confirmed if it was going to be you or Dakota headlining, but obviously you've got the main event. So what do you guys think about that? And as you mentioned, the pressure that could potentially come with that.
Oh no, like honestly, I wasn't bothered whether I was main event or co-main event. That's my true, like, that's my honest answer. But main event, wherever you put me, I'm going to perform the same. So I mean, all it is that there's more eyes and more attention on me, which kind of excites me because it's like, all right, cool. Now I've got a chance to elevate my profile and, do you know what I mean, gain from this opportunity. So yeah.
In some ways, not to take away from the main event slot, but it's not the same in PFL as it would be in, say, a
Yeah.
Cage Warriors or a Bellator or a UFC, because if it was main event, you'd be doing 5 rounds, whereas because you're in the tournament style, everyone's on the same playing
It
field.
wouldn't. Yeah, exactly.
I want to talk about the fact as well that the PFL are introducing the season format for PFL Europe, because that seems to me like a great kind of kickstart for you to potentially go on and win this tournament at the end of the year and move into the with the big boys for the world title come 2024. Just the fact that they're doing a similar format to the regular season.
Yeah, no, I think it's good because also like it kind of gets used to it. It's not as intense as the regular season in America, but um, for sure it's like it gets you ready for it sort of thing. So yeah, I like it.
Will you try and fight in between the regular season fight and the semi final in September, between March and September, or will you just take a break and
Hey,
see how this goes?
I would. It's whether PFL would let me or not. You know what I mean? But I definitely would. Yeah. I Now you said it, it sounds even more of a you know what I mean? Like I would do that. So yeah, maybe something I speak to my manager about.
You said then about PFL letting you. I'm going to ask you a difficult question, and I want to see how you respond. You're the main event. You're the poster boy. You're the man who, when they send the media press releases out, your face is
Yeah,
attached. Do you
yeah.
think PFL want you to win this PFL Europe season?
But it makes sense. It's a business. I feel like marketing wise, it makes sense for me to win. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna be easy. Like there's some dogs in there. Everyone's coming to fight, and you dangle 100 grand in front of anyone. They're gonna be motivated as hell to get it. Do you know what I mean? So it ain't gonna be easy, but I'm gonna win, and it only benefits PFL if I win. So that's my opinion.
Second part of this question, because we first met in person in London, which seemed like the perfect place to do a UK show, doesn't it? The capital, that makes total sense. Why is PFL Europe's first fight in Newcastle? Because that just seems like a strange one. Let's be frank.
Should have done London part 2, in my opinion. But yeah, I guess I think it's an interesting location because people up there are wild. I heard, so like I don't know. I'm excited to go up there because I've never been to Newcastle and stuff like that. But I think London would have been great. But hey, who am I? I'm not complaining, man.
I don't know if you can remember our interview, but it was done with a Bud Light in both of our hands. I'm just wondering if they do Bud Light up in Newcastle, and if I can get you one of them when we're up there, or if it'll have to be whatever the local producers.
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know. I think they're still sponsored by Bud Light, so I guess we'll be doing the same this fight as well, man.
Part two, part two. If you look at the light heavyweight world title tournament, obviously we've got big names. We've got the former champion Rob Wilkinson coming up against Thiago Santos in the first round. Who's your favourite to win the full world title in light heavyweight?
Oh, oh, because it's different this year, isn't it? It's like we've got Thiago Santos is in it now. Will Fleury. Obviously Rob's looking. He looked great last year. Who else is? I'm sure someone dropped out. Who? Amari, was
I
it
believe
Amari?
Ahmedov dropped out and has been replaced by Jocko.
Yes. So I don't know, man. Thiago Santos, is he the same after all them knee surgeries and stuff like that? He's a dangerous fighter. But this is what I would say, like the season is intense from what I've heard, and and seen and experienced. And can someone that's been through that many injuries be that consistent and active? I don't know. So I'm gonna go with Rob, and I obviously I like Will. Will's my guy, so I'd hope Will to win the tournament this year. You know what I mean?
Does any part of you think if I got put in that tournament, I'd win it this year? Or do you look at it and you go, do PFL Europe, this is the perfect stepping stone into the world title fight, the world title tournament when I'm ready next year?
100%. My ego and my inner belief would tell me I can smack up everyone, but I feel like it's perfect for me to just where I'm at in my career, not to rush my career. You know what I mean? I'm 24. I've got so much time in this game, and why not just take the correct steps up? Like, why jump from 0 to 100 so quick? Like, yeah, it would be great and it would be historic, but I can still do that next year. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'll do that. Do Europe this year. I plan to win. I plan to make it look easy. But yeah, next year I reckon it's just a perfect time next year.
Last one from me, because you've obviously just given me your prediction, and we already know your roadmap for this year. It's the world title the PFL Europe champion in Dublin in December. But when we last spoke, I asked you how you got so smooth, and I know you're always working on your smoothness and your slickness. So when we last saw you from August to now, when we'll see you later this month, what steps have you made to improve your so-called smoothness?
I would say I wrestle now. That's what I say. I wrestle now. Yeah, I mean, I've been wrestling a lot this camp. Yeah, and I'm confident, and that's all I will say.
Is there a particular reason why you've maybe been doing more wrestling in camp, or is it just to round out the skill set?
Yeah, just do you know what I mean? It's MMA, so.
Well, look, I know I can tell that you're very excited to show off your skills on the 25th of March, and personally, I'm very excited to see you back in action once again live in just over 3 weeks' time, Simeon. So thank you for the time, and if we don't speak before, wish you the best of luck for fight night.
Man, much appreciated, man. Thank you for having me.